Hey squash folks, I'm back again. No respite here. We're moving on fast with the action. Our next quarter-final. And, well,
Half time.
going into seedings. Edmon Lopez shouldn't be in this quarter-final, but he is. Beat Victor Bertus yesterday, but he's up against Dimitri Steinmann of Switzerland. This is countryman Nicholas Muller, the reigning champion already in a semi-final of his own, but Steinmann's in the opposite half of the draw, so still on the cards is a potential all-Swiss final, but there's a whole bunch of French players that will have something to say about that. And that's before Edmon Lopez has had his say here today. The only Spanish player left in the main draw. Of course, the great Borja Golan won this title in the past. In fact, Borja Golan was here playing in some Polish team squash a few months ago. Still enjoying the game, still playing some great squash, showing the younger players how it's done. So, players spin. It's going to be Lopez to serve as they go off, do their final prep, talk to their coaches. Thomas Forta in the Czech Republic will get play underway.
Play will start in 30 seconds. Is it on? Is it on?
So, the only history I could find between these two had Lopez winning, but that was about 6 years ago. So,
Individual Championships 2023.
not sure that will have any bearing
Edmon
on
Lopez
what's
of Spain
going to happen here today.
Dimitri Steinmann of Switzerland to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
The current world rankings, Lopez is 151, has been as high as 49 from what I can make out here. But Steinmann is very much in the ascendancy in his career. As of today, he sits at 25 in the world. Oh, that's a beautiful drop from Lopez.
1 love.
Steinmann thinks that ball was dead. Nothing heard from the referee. Rally continues. And that's a half-hearted drop there from Lopez. So Steinmann pointing to where he thought he'd hit a winner about 15 minutes ago. Slight exaggeration. No, nothing from the referee. So after that long testing rally, it's Lopez. He takes the point. Well, I was going to say, how's Lopez got to that, but he didn't. That's the answer. So, pretty much blow for blow at the moment. As these two, there we go. Once again, commentator's curse. As Steinmann canes it into the tin. Well, Steinmann did all the work there to set up the final shot, but strokes it into the tin. That's a better one, but the counter drop from Lopez and quick hands to put it cross court. But that drop, too good.
And out, 2-4.
There's a couple of really nice drops there from Lopez, but Steinmann's quickly onto them. The rally continues. Steinmann tries one of his own. It's whip cross court from Lopez. Well, early on in this match, it seems pretty clear that points are going to be hard fought and won. The dynamic of squash of moving your opponent further and further out of position in order to execute a winning shot. And that's a great drop from Steinmann, but Lopez is there. He's all over the place. I think Steinmann thinks there must be two of him. Well, this is a really testing rally for both players. Really high quality hitting. They're both trying to take the ascendancy in the rally. It's not all one way. And that quickly whipped cross court from Lopez.
And out. 5, 3.
I think both players lost and won that rally about 6 times. It was fantastic to watch. Great athleticism, great shot play. Steinmann's not overly impressed with it by the looks of things.
5, 3.
So Lopez, a couple of points ahead early on. Long way to go.
Please take your seats around the court.
So not a spare seat in the house. It's already starting to fill up. Great atmosphere here at the Hasta La Vista Club.
Now.
And that
6,
is
3.
what the second unforced error we've seen from Steinmann.
Stroke to
The
Lopez.
referee says stroke. Steinmann not able to
7,
clear
3.
the ball that squirted out of the corner. Really annoying when that happens. I think anyone that plays the game will agree. So Steinmann looking for the neck, but fails to get it.
Yes, lad.
Referee
You could have
says
gone on the better
yes,
line
lad.
as well. 7, 3.
I have to say, looking at that last decision back, I can sort of see why Steinmann thinks it should have been a stroke. Well, that's a beautiful
Very
shot.
good. High side.
Well, it's all going on now.
In the
It's all
half.
going on.
4, 7.
I think it's all in good humour. Well, certainly from Lopez's point of view it is.
4, 7.
So 3 points adrift. Well, I mean, both players are fast around this court, but Lopez does seem to be everywhere.
5, 7.
Steinmann trying to re-establish parity in this first game.
Down.
Oh, and a little hold there from the Spaniard just as he whipped it cross court.
Out.
It's amazing how sometimes
5.
just the timing of the shot can have as much effect as the target itself. So Lopez really showing early on how at one point he was ranked in the top 50 in the world. Whips it cross court one more time, and now this time down the forehand wall. Well, Steinmann knows he's got his work cut out in this match now. Good long testing rallies, so fitness might start to become an issue if this goes the full distance.
Down.
And Steinmann pulls off his headband halfway through that rally, and that's what I think Lopez is complaining about. But it didn't go onto the court,
And out.
so I don't think it
6, 8.
affects anything. I think something falls to the floor on the court. That's a different matter, but I think he felt it was coming off, grabbed it. Anyway,
6, 8.
Steinmann's really starting to move Lopez now, but doesn't look like it's bothering the Spanish player. Looks like he's enjoying this. Great physicality from both players. Really nice hands there, flicking that cross court. And again, we start to see an extended rally. Neither player with the advantage. Exchanging blows down the side wall. Waiting for something loose to do something with. That is loose, and he has done something with it.
Yes.
But he's going to get a let, I think.
8-6. Yes.
Yeah. Don't think the referee's going to refuse a towel down after that exchange.
8. 6.
I was going to say he called 8-6, but it is actually 6-8. Steinmann serving, just 2 points adrift in this first set. And that is an unforced error that have been few and far between, really, from Lopez so far. And I've got to say, on early inspection, this match sort of has 5 sets written all over it as well. But don't put any money on that. As my co-commentator Adrian, who'll be joining me tomorrow, will tell you, my record on predictions is pretty poor. Well, I'm not sure from Lopez that was the right shot. He had Steinmann pinned in the forehand corner there. But Steinmann returns the favour with a backhand drop into the tin.
And out. 9-7.
And Lopez once again opens up a 2-point lead. But this time at the business end. And that's not a good drop from Lopez, but Steinmann didn't do much with it. Oh, and he's just squirted that one off the side wall. The counter drop exchange. Oh my gosh. Wow. Another drop, a counter drop. Oh, this is amazing stuff. And the straight drive from Steinmann. Well, I hope the crowd roars at the end of that. A little trickle of applause. I know what these guys have to do to get some action out of the crowd. Steinmann pulls one back.
8-9.
Referee recalls the score. It is 8-9. Wow. It's a thriller so far, but who's going to win the first game here? Let's say it's Lopez that's pretty much been ahead all throughout this first game, but now it's 9-all. Big points. Lopez changes his mind there, but didn't really do much with it. That was a good length from Lopez, but Steinmann squirts it out the back. I think Lopez is sort of favouring this backhand side at the moment. Feels like he's going to get more action. Oh, that's an amazing drop from Lopez. Steinmann was there, but it was just too good. And the crowd's starting to come alive now, and rightly so. Being absolutely treated to a show here by these two. So it's Lopez with 1 game ball against Dimitri Steinmann of Switzerland.
he would get it.
Referee says yes to that.
10-9.
Say good decision.
Game ball.
It's a good shot from Steinmann down that forehand wall, but it wasn't dead. There was some contact going through to get the ball. Steinmann does a quick towel down. Still facing a game ball. And this time Lopez deciding to push the rally down the forehand wall. The drops there, the counter drop, the cross court hard, but quick hands from Steinmann. But he's not going to get that. It's Lopez. He's taken the first game. He leads 1-0.
Game to Lopez. Lopez leads game to love. Started late. We started late. Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds.
So as the players come back on court to do battle again, Steinmann chastising himself, puffs out his cheeks, ready to do battle again.
Lopez leads 1 game to love.
But as the referee just confirmed with us, it was first blood to Lopez. So
Lavo.
he's already upset the seedings once. Can he do it again? Go one better for a place in the semi-final where he'll face, for sure, the Frenchman. Just a case of which one. So Lopez unable to squeeze the ball off the backhand wall. And it's Steinmann who's out of the blocks first. I was saying, I'm really liking Lopez's variation in shot. It's causing Steinmann quite a lot of difficulty. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect example of a player that is caning the ball to the back of the court, but then can execute that deft drop. He's counter-dropping at the front, lobbing when he needs to. Really impressive display so far by Lopez. But listen, Steinmann's no mug. He knows how to play this game. The ball catching the nick at the back, but not quite good enough. Steinmann had to work really hard for that point.
And out 2-1.
Questions the referee with the score. He probably feels like he deserved more than 1 point for that rally. But here we go again. Part of the problem for Steinmann is that Lopez is really, really quick around the court, and not only is he getting to pretty much everything. Well, there we go, commentator's curse. Didn't even see that, I don't think.
3-1.
No, when he is getting to it, he's sort of pretty much doing something useful with it every time, so. He would have been chatting, Steinmann, with fellow countryman Nicky Muller.
2, 3.
And there's a man with a huge amount of experience. He'll have given him some good words. But it's the player that has to execute the actions. I'm sure both of them would love an all-Swiss final, but first he needs to dispatch Lopez, and that's the kind of shot that would do it.
4-2.
Volley into the neck there, and opens up a tiny lead in this second game. And that's a very nice shot, but again, see, Lopez is there. But, yeah, Steinmann shrugs his shoulders. He knows the targets are going to have to be good. They're going to have to be great. Players sweating pretty heavily. It's pretty good temperatures inside here, but
6-2.
beautifully hot weather here in Poland. The temperature is scorching outside, but the level of the squash is pretty hot inside. So Lopez whips it cross court, and that's a great straight drive. Cross court to the other side. Goes
Stroke to Lopez.
so referee's giving a stroke.
And out.
I
3.
don't think Steinmann's arguing too much with that. His ball wasn't the greatest of quality.
Four, 6.
And that, an unforced error. I think Steinmann feels he's not really hitting with as much purpose and accuracy
4.
as he'd like, and he knows he's going to have to, because otherwise he's going to get punished. But he has the advantage in the second game. He needs to manage that, stay disciplined. That's a lovely lob, but Lopez has volleyed it beautifully down the wall. Floats it down the side wall. What's beautiful about this match is the way that the rally ebbs and flows, with gentle hitting down the walls, savage hitting, deft drops at the front.
8-4.
And the crowd there really appreciating that rally. So Steinmann establishes a 4-point lead again. And quick hands, poor cross court from the Spaniard.
4.
And at 9-4, it's looking like Steinmann that will be levelling this match. That's a beautiful drop. But Lopez is there so quick. But that I think is going to be a stroke. Probably needed the cross court. Easy game from here.
9.
Wow. Can Lopez get his way back into this game? Or has the damage already been done by the Swiss player? That's not the best drop that Lopez has ever played. And the ball's dispatched.
Hand out. 10-5.
Bring
Game
up
ball.
5 game balls for Steinmann to level the match. And there it is, sails past
7-5.
the racket of Lopez. Got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to see what happens next.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds.
So as the referee calls 15 seconds, both players are back on court. Steinmann has restored order as far as he's concerned. Now is it a case that he presses on, or
One game all.
will Lopez
Steinmann to serve.
continue with his work from the first game?
Level.
Let's find out.
Now. One love. Two love. Down. Hand out. 1, 2.
Well, Lopez lost his hand into the air.
3,
What was
1.
working in the first game isn't working now, and I think it's not so much down to his play, but his opponent. I think has just stepped up a gear, reading the ball much better. Choice of shot, I think, for me has improved from Steinmann.
Down.
And there it is. Once again, the commentator's curse.
And out. 2, 3. Stroke Lopez. 3-0.
So as you saw there, high praise for Steinmann, but with that, the pendulum swings for points for his opponent.
Stroke to Steinmann. And out.
We've got a racket into the throat.
4-3.
Hope he's okay. It's just going to take a moment by the looks of things. Just checking to see if any blood has been drawn. Steinmann says no.
Are you okay, Mr. Lopez?
The referee's checking also, but I think he's all right.
4-3. Out.
And that just squeezes out on the side
Down,
wall,
4-4.
caused by that tight ball from Lopez. And that's beautifully floated down the sidewall from Steinmann. Oh, and tries to drop it into the net. Oh, look at the hands from Lopez. It's just back and forth between these two. That one, look at that, the fist pump. The gritted teeth, he's loving that.
5-4.
Steinmann isn't. Oh, it's beautifully played by Steinmann.
And out. 5-0.
And that's the quality that's going to be required to beat Lopez, because it feels at times like there's two of him on the court, the speed, and Steinmann's not slow, don't get me wrong. It's a lovely boast.
Not up.
Not only is it a lovely boast, it's too good.
And out. 6-5.
So Lopez takes a 1 point lead in a match that really can't be called at this moment. Tries that boast again, but this time Steinmann's on it. He's pushing me around.
7-5.
And you see, was that an unforced error? It was, but he knows if it's not a perfect drop, that Lopez is going to be there. So in that respect, it's sort of forced. Oh, it's a lovely counter drop, and another counter drop. He squeezes it down the wall, but it's out at the back of the court.
8-5.
And now, Lopez
Mr. Steinmann
has
has
got a 3 point lead. It's a racket change required for Steinmann. Also gives him an opportunity to just mentally reset. Really enjoying this one. This is a great battle. Couple of hits with his racket. Lopez looks over. You happy?
8-5.
And he is. So we continue. Oh, that's the nick. Referee says nothing. Academic now after that shot.
And out 6-8.
And Steinmann pulls the deficit back. And that's just tight on the wall.
7-8.
So tight, Lopez can't even make contact with it. And sees his lead diminished a little bit more. Thundered down the forehand side, whipped cross court by Steinmann. Back and forth between these two. That's loose in the middle, but Steinmann does nothing with it. But that one he does. Testing boast there from Lopez.
Not up.
Steinmann. Oh, well.
I saw the ball not up. I saw
So
it not up.
Thomas Forster saying that's not up.
8-all.
I don't think
Yes.
that rolled. And I've just seen it back on the replay. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, what Thomas Forster says goes. He's the referee in the chair. So we won't argue with him. Both players seem reasonably happy.
8-all.
And now Steinmann searching out all four
Down.
corners and forces
9-8.
an error. And from 3 down, Steinmann's now 1 up at the business end of this third set. Lopez crunches it on the backhand side, but it's not a good target. Just back and forth.
No, no.
But he was left stranded in the middle.
He just took his own space.
Thomas Forster says Steinmann was taking his own space. Lopez
Hey.
knows that.
Mr. Steinmann. Mr. Steinmann. No. It's too often. 10-8. Game ball.
So denied the towel by Thomas Forster. Please continue. 2 game balls. Well, the ball not particularly tight from either player in this rally. But that one, how has he got that back? Unbelievable. After that work, it's Steinmann who edges it in the third set. He's leading 2-1. Lopez is livid, but he'll be back for some more, as will we, in a couple of minutes.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. No. Yeah, they cleaned it. So it's better on TV. I understand.
So we're back. And I'm just trying to establish what the conversation was between the players and the referee as they came back on court.
Steinmann leads 2-1. Steinmann to serve.
There was something about the ball, but anyway, we're underway. Steinmann now one away from a place in the semi-final. What can Lopez do about it? Wow, that's a good start, isn't it? Lovely little deft drop.
1-love.
Oh, that's an absolutely superb volley
Hand out.
drop
1-all.
from Steinmann. Yeah, Lopez there in no man's land. And a good start from the Swiss player. Be keen to close this out now. He'll be of the opinion that Lopez has had his fun. And now normal service should resume, but there's still some more squash to enjoy before that. And the ball is loose. Oh, he's done nothing with that. He's forced the loose ball and did nothing with it, but he's done something with that. He punches his fist. He grits his teeth.
Hand out. 2-all.
Well, feels to me like Lopez has just
3-2.
upped the tempo a little bit here. Some really quick playing. Oh, that's an absolutely fantastic boast. And very, very quickly
4-2.
from 2-0 Steinmann with 4-2 Lopez. That, pretty sure, wasn't part of the Swissman's plan, but that's where we are. The drop, the counter drop, the cross court. We've seen that over and over, but a short kill from Steinmann.
Yes.
And he asks for permission to use the towel.
Hand out. 3-4.
Well, Lopez will be livid with that. He was controlling the rally.
4-all.
Put in a deft drop. Steinmann lofted it up and Wasn't really much control with the volley from Lopez. Well, that's good to see.
Yes, lad.
He pushed through.
He was.
It's an interesting situation because
You had room.
the referee said there was enough room, but, well, Lopez did what we like to see, push through previously when he could have asked for a let, but almost in doing so could have ended up with a stroke, but let ball is the decision from Thomas Forter. Now an error
5-4.
with Steinmann, and Lopez once again creeps ahead in this fourth set. Apologises to his opponent, caught the nick at the back of the court there. To be honest, it's part of squash. Sometimes you're aiming for that nick.
Stroke to Steinmann.
Yeah, the ball was pretty loose down the centre of the
Mr.
service
Steinmann,
box there.
There's no need to put. You would get the stroke anyway. Six, 4.
Well, once again we see a couple of counter drops, and then the ball makes its way to the back of the court again. Oh, Lopez is working extremely hard here, as is Steinmann. Goes for the short kill, doesn't quite find the neck, but a little hold and a flick cross court. That's class. Absolute class. Again, as we see often in squash, if you can't win by
6-0.
hitting a particular target, sometimes just the hold and changing the direction of the ball at the last minute is the only way to end the rally. All valid ways to win a point.
Now. Pinned out.
Steinmann
7-6.
comes to the corner, chastising himself for that error. And that drop from Lopez is picked up by Steinmann. As we've seen many times, the drops don't seem to directly lead to points with these two. They just counter drop all day long. So that's hit the neck. And it's rolled out from Steinmann. Pretty casually done as well.
7-all.
It's all square in this fourth game. Steinmann obviously just needing this one to book his semi-final place. Flicks it to the back. Good shot from Lopez. Trade some blows down the backhand side. And that's an amazing boast, but Steinmann's on it. There's been other rallies where that's won the point, but Steinmann's he's really making Lopez work now. He's reading all the shots.
8-7.
And then, as such, edges ahead by 1 point. Can Lopez take this to a nail-biting 5th set? Or can Steinmann close it out in 4? That moves him one step closer.
9-7. No, too early. You just did it a few rallies ago. 9-7.
Lopez denied the towel. Who thought that would be a phrase in sport? Denied the towel. That's loose from Steinmann. Lopez can't do much with it. Whips it cross court on the volley. Steinmann tries to power it down the forehand side. I think that drop hit the top. It did. Hit the top of the tin. But if it's any consolation, I think Steinmann was on it like a thing. This time, from the counter drop rally, it's whipped down the line by Steinmann. He's through to the semi-final.
11-5, 11-8, 11-7.
Great match. Let's go and have a chat with him. Dimitri, come and have a quick chat with me. Congratulations. You're in the semi-final, my friend. How does that feel? That was a tough old match, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough playing Edmon. It's going to be physical and stuff. So it's my first European semi-final. And yeah, see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah, it felt to me, certainly at the beginning, like there were 2 of him on court. I mean, you're not slow around the court, but he was just getting to absolutely everything, and it sort of looked like it was putting you in mind, where am I going to put it, how am I going to manufacture the points? But you've played a lot before, but yeah, it's not like he slowed down. I think you just tightened up, and you were reading the ball a lot quicker, and yeah, how did you see it? Was that about right?
Yeah, it's a tricky court to play on because there's white writing on the wall, so every time you hit the shot in there, you kind of lose it, so it's difficult to see. And yeah, there's just those fraction of like a millisecond was just putting your timing off a little bit, so it was tricky to get used to. And yeah, but I'm happy that I pulled through in the end.
It's great to watch, great to watch. Now, there is still the prospect, I talked with Nicky earlier today, there's still the prospect of an all-Swiss final. That would be amazing, but still some players standing between you both for that to happen. Could be Victor, but it's going to be a French player, so what are your thoughts on either one of them?
So yeah, it's going to be an all Switzerland-France affair in the semi-final. So I think we'll just got to try and play our best tomorrow and make it an all-Swiss final on Friday. So
that would be amazing. I'm sure the French have got something to say about that, for sure, but we're thoroughly looking forward to it. Thank you for a great match. Congratulations.